Okay. Hi everybody, this is Jim Wallace again at Purdue Band Fan. I'm with Cassandra Moore. Hi Cassandra.
Hi.
Cassandra is a senior, and she's also one of the two drum majors in the All-American Marching Band this year. Let's go back a little bit. First of all, where's home?
Home's in Fishers, Indiana, about an hour and 15 minutes south of here.
Okay, so you're a Hoosier, but born and raised in Indiana?
Yeah, born and raised in Indiana. True, in terms of being raised a Hoosier, both mom and dad went to IU, actually. So I was raised a Hoosier.
Oh, wow. We won't ask you what time it is. So tell me about your music background. Where did you start with music?
Probably the 6th grade. That's when I picked my instrument, the French horn. I just really liked the sound of it, and I wanted to be the first brass player in my family. So I thought it was a good fit for me to do. And
your family played
yeah, my mom played the flute, and my dad did drums.
Huh? So you were going to be in a band playing something.
Yeah, no matter what. Yeah, I know I was going to do a band.
So you picked up French horn in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
And why'd you choose Purdue? What's your major?
My major is biochemistry.
Biochemistry.
So obviously I picked Purdue because of the STEM discipline
Right.
and everything like that. I also picked Purdue for the band. Actually, I knew I wanted to continue music after going on to college, but I didn't want to be at a school with a bunch of music majors. I just wanted to do it where everyone wanted to do music because they loved it.
So did your parents march in the IU marching band?
Yeah, they did for a couple of years.
Yeah. Okay.
But they've told me their experience is completely different. The experience I have here it's much more family oriented, and they can tell I love it a lot.
And the marching style here is quite different than what you experienced in high school, yes?
Yes. Yeah, the low chair style is very, very different from high school.
Did you do glide step in high school?
Yeah, we did glide
Yeah.
for competitions and everything.
So the French horn, of course, this band does not march with a French horn.
No.
It marches with a mellophone.
Yes.
For those who don't understand those two instruments, can you explain the difference?
I basically tell people a mellophone is a larger trumpet, but it's in the same key as a French horn. Same fingerings as a trumpet, actually, and you play it with your right hand instead of your left like you do with the French horn. But it still has that tenor line, so it brings out more of the lines that the horn would play.
Was it a difficult transition?
Really not. I guess getting the fingerings was probably the hardest thing, but it's actually one of the easiest instruments to play in the band.
So you came in here as a freshman, started playing the mellophone, went to band camp. What was that like?
Oh, scary.
Scary.
Yeah. Well, first of all, my high school only marched 5 mellophones, and so to come with 20-plus mellophones here at Purdue was really scary. But right away, it felt like family. They all took care of me and all the other freshmen, and we had a really close bond. So band camp ended up not being so scary after a couple days. So
were you worried that you might not make the band?
There's always that worry of doubt, but I knew I tried my hardest, and luckily I made the band.
Yeah, cool. And you marched for 3 years playing the mellophone.
Yes.
And we might mention to those who probably won't be interested anyway, but the mellophone's always rehearsed underneath the tree. And this year, somebody cut the tree down.
Somebody cut the tree
It died.
down. Yeah.
Yeah. So your tees, don't you have a tee or something?
Yeah. Every year we do a section T-shirt, and this year it had a drawing of the tree, and it had its date of birth, which was question marks because we don't know when it was first sprouting, and then the year 2014 when our tree got chopped down.
Okay. So then after your junior year, you decided you were going to try out for drum major. Why did you decide to do that?
I'm someone who always has to do more, always be more, I'm a go-getter. I have to go and just keep topping myself and challenging myself to do something. It was actually my 3rd year trying out for drum major. I tried it out at the end of my freshman and sophomore year. But I just wanted to become a better leader, try and make the band the best it could be.
So did you have any drum major experience in high school?
I did. I was drum major for 2 years.
Okay. So when you have to try out to be drum major, right?
Yes, you do.
That's pretty...
it's pretty intense.
Nerve-wracking, yeah. So you must have been really excited when you found out, because there's a number of people that tried out, yes?
Yeah, we had initially this past year, I think 14 candidates, and we went through our first round of auditions, and we made it down to 5 students. And then after we did a performance and taught in front of directors and students, Sean and myself were announced.
So as a mellophone player, when you're in Ross Aid, you're sort of in with your group. as a drum major, you're sort of all alone out there,
Yeah.
very visible.
Very visible. It's kind
Was
of scary.
that frightening, your first home game as a drum major?
The thing is, I don't really remember pregame because I had all this adrenaline going. So we were done, and I said, "Did I just do this?" And I guess I did, you know.
Yeah.
But it's you're very alone, and everyone has their eyes on you for the first couple seconds while you're doing the strut and everything. So no pressure or anything, right?
Yeah, right. Has there been a particular highlight for you this year as a drum major?
The whole thing, it's just a whole new experience that I've really appreciated and been grateful to have the opportunity to do. It's just such a different experience than just playing the mellophone. So I think all of it really.
So let's talk about when the band is in the stands at the football game. Now you're in charge, not one of the staff members. You're in charge.
Yes.
You have to play the music. You have to direct the band. You have to stop them when you have to stop.
Yeah.
You're on a headset with the press box, right?
Yes, you become a pro at multitasking
I'll
that
bet.
way.
Are you that first game? Do you remember being nervous, being in charge?
I just did what I could. I watched the game, you know, every single down. I watched what happened. Got to watch for the flags. Got to see what down we're in. What should we play next? We have to constantly be cheering for the team. So there's a lot going on. There's no pause or break at all for the drum majors.
It sounds like true multitasking.
Yes.
And now, it's not like you went to school and learned how to direct a band. You've never had a class, have you? And
No, I haven't. I mean, I guess my conducting experience would have been through high school when I was drum major there.
Okay.
The way I practiced for our home game settings was I would sit down at home, watch a football game on YouTube or on TV, and practice calling tunes out for the bands to play just to get that repetition going and feeling more confident.
And then you also conduct the band at the pregame pep rally
Yeah.
and the north end of the stadium as well, and so you do quite a lot of
A
directing
lot
the
of
band.
conducting, yeah.
Okay, is there anything else you want to add before we wrap this up?
Not really.
Okay.
I just want to thank everyone for allowing me to be drum major this year. It was a really exciting thing to do.
And you would tell anybody that's contemplating marching in the Purdue band that's coming in next year that they should do it, right?
They got to do it. Do it for a year. If you don't like it, don't do it again. But no one ever doesn't.
No one ever doesn't like
No,
it.
you always want to do it again.
Yeah,
So.
it's sort of addictive, isn't it?
Yeah, it really
and you have a lot of
is.
friends.
Lots of friends.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, thank you, Cassandra.
Thanks, Jim.
Have a nice rehearsal this afternoon.
Thank you.